Hello!
It's been a while.
It has indeed, so long. How have you been? I haven't seen you in years.
Not bad, thank you. So, this is going to be a little bit different to what you may
The
see
usual, yeah.
week on week. Do you want to...
So we thought about, because just over time you talk about who you like, who you don't like in films, and so we came up with this slightly vague but hopefully good idea of if you could, what would your dream film, obviously there are all kinds of great films you could imagine in your head, but an example of a dream film you would love, maybe the genre, who would direct it, and some of the actors you'd like it at, and we just kind of touch on why we like those people. So we'll listen to your dream film this time, and then later I'll do one, and then later we'll do the opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're at the pub with your mates, you're talking about wouldn't it be great to see Slash in a group with Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
or your dream dinner party, I guess is the one. So we're going to go with it. It'll make sense as we go.
So what we've done is, so that we don't go completely off the rails, is we both come up with a short list of actors, and then maybe the other one of us will help.
Yeah, we'll just chat it through.
Kind of weed out the weed.
Well, we'll just see. It's just a way of finding out the kind of stuff you like, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. So, okay. Go for it.
Oh, right, we're starting with me.
We'll go with yours
first.
Okay,
right. I think for me, I'm going to go with the genre first. So I'm thinking either sci-fi. So by that I mean aliens and
proper full-on
sci-fi. Not just wandering about in space, kind of not much happening. There've been a number of recent sci-fi films that are just boring.
Okay.
So not one of those, I'm talking high sci-fi Star Trek, not Star Wars, or a nice psychological thriller.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Because...
Psychological thriller set in space?
Maybe.
Okay.
I will quickly read off my shortlist.
Of actors.
Actors and actors.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of,
Okay.
shoot
so
the
you
shit.
like that one, okay.
I'm going to start off with, my lead actress, who I've set in stone before we've even started here. This is Emma Stone.
Who's in stuff like Poor Things.
Yeah, Poor Things.
La La Land.
The Help.
Zombieland.
Easy A.
Oh yeah, Easy A. Yeah. Birdman.
Yeah,
lots of stuff.
So the rest of the shortlist, which I haven't decided who is definitely in and who's out, are in no particular order: Julianne Moore, Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh. I mean, it wouldn't be a great film without Denzel, really, would it?
I haven't seen Gladiator 2.
He
brings his New York accent.
No, it's actually quite posh accent. I don't think it's quite English, but it's kind of refined because. Anyway, watch the film.
Denzel.
Samuel L. Obviously, I think it's going to be one of the two in the film because I don't think it would be.
Well, they're both really
good.
Work
with both because they're two massive kind of characters.
You can have anything you want. It's a dream film.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's always great.
Sam Rockwell. Charlize Theron. We worked out it was Theron, didn't we?
I think it's Theron. I think actually it's pronounced something like Tron in South African, but in English it's
we're
Theron,
just watching a South African.
Well, indeed.
Sorry to any Sapphirs out there. Hiroyuki Sanada, who is he's a face you will definitely know if you've seen like anything with kind of anything with a Japanese contingent.
Oh
that's
yes,
a Western film.
Yes, I remember you mentioning.
He was in Last Samurai. He was also the close friend of John Wick's in John Wick 4, but he's always great. The recently Oscar-winning Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Stephen Graham.
Yes.
Toni Collette.
Yeah.
And Guy Pearce.
Oh, yeah, I always thought it was unfair he never got nominated for an Oscar. I always think of him in LA Confidential and the way Russell Crowe's won Oscars, Kevin Spacey's won Oscars, and he never even got nominated, but now he has been for The Brutalist.
I didn't realise he was in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's nice that he finally gets that kind of recognition. He's a great, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, in everything. Yeah. He's in, even in bad films, Guy Pearce.
And he's made a few. No, he's great. Okay, wow, a nice list of actors there. And did you have a director in mind, or some directors?
Oh, right. Okay, so like there are so many great directors, but I think of recent times, the ones that stand out for me are Danny Boyle.
Oh yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I pronounce that or not, I'm sorry.
Guillermo del Toro. That's absolutely perfect pronunciation.
And Edgar Wright. I was thinking of Clint Eastwood, but honestly, I haven't watched Juror 2, number 2, but he hasn't done it.
I think that's a suggestion to retire now.
Oh,
that's his last.
Yeah, but they said that after Gran Torino, didn't they?
Well, that was about his acting. They said maybe, but the guy's like really old.
I know,
really
but
old.
I love Clint Eastwood. Yeah. So, are there any standouts in the list for you so far?
Who people are there, Rig? I like. So I have to read the list. I really like Florence Pugh.
See, for me, it's a question of Florence Pugh or Saoirse Ronan.
Okay,
a bit like Denzel or Samuel L. Jackson, because they're kind of
they have similar vibes for you in terms of their energy and stuff.
Yeah, I think they are both going to win Oscars for Best Leading Female Actor. What's the term called now?
Actress in a leading role.
But are we allowed to say that?
Yes, you are, because that's what it's called.
But I thought they're changing the term, that's why I'm unsure.
Well, I think, I don't know, you'd have to look it up. But I think, yes, they're probably both going to one day win Oscars. But I don't know, Florence Pugh, just even though she's made some really good films like Lady Macbeth and Little Women. I didn't like Midsummer, but she was great in it. My point is, whatever she's in, I always think she's great. I actually thought she'd have made... did you see Furiosa, the Mad Max movie?
Yes.
I thought she'd have made...
We even reviewed it.
Anya, oh yeah, of course. Anya Taylor, what's her face? Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yes.
Is that it? I just didn't quite see her growing up to become Charlize Theron.
No.
Because Charlize Theron has... Not many people of any gender have the kind of energy or sort of forcefulness and shit. Yeah, exactly. Florence Pugh, I could imagine being like that. Yeah. I think she'd have been better as Furiosa. And Olivia Cook is another one. She's the lead woman in Ready Player One. And she's in House of the Dragon. She's the one who's always in green.
Right, yeah.
She's with Anya Taylor-Joy in Thoroughbreds, actually.
Oh, okay.
And they're both really good. But Olivia Cook's brilliant. So, Florence Pugh, I think is really good. Saoirse Ronan's really good. I love Woody Harrelson. I just think he's amazing in everything. That guy seems to do it.
I do, but again, it's between him or Sam Rockwell, and Sam Rockwell is just sublime to me.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan.
Because the thing is, like a number of people in this list, Sam Rockwell's been in some terrible films.
Yes, he has.
But he's been great in them.
Yes.
He was the villain in Charlie's Angels.
Oh, right, okay. I forgot.
But
What, the
he's
recent
just,
one?
No, the one before Kristen Stewart's Charlie's Angels. Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
The first one, he was a villain in that. And he had so much charm. He was also the villain in Iron Man 2. Or one of the villains.
He was, yeah. He was.
And
he's in Galaxy Quest.
He's
brilliant.
I was going to mention that earlier when you mentioned Alan Rickman.
Yeah. No, he is very good.
Both of them are in three billboards, and they're both sublime.
Yes.
I've just used that word again. I'm so sorry. I will try to broaden my
vocabulary.
Vocab.
But no, yeah. I like all the people on your list actually. Yeah, Charlize Theron is awesome. Stephen Graham is amazing, given he's like in so much British TV.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, oh yeah, he's the racist thug in This Is England and stuff. And yet he holds his own opposite people like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in The Irishman. And he plays Al Capone in, you told me, Boardwalk Empire.
Yes.
Like, he's just, yeah. He's great.
I think we may be touching on this later on in this episode, but I think there is something about people from Liverpool being great at being other people.
Oh, right, okay.
Because there are numerous actors from Liverpool that tend to... It's almost a very kind of Australian thing of actors from Australia seem to be chameleons. Guy Pearce. We even watched. I've forgotten his name again. Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
It tends to be people from particular areas tend to be really good actors, and I think it could be because the places they are from are deemed to be quite caricaturish. So I would think maybe mentally from that place you might learn to try and pretend to be somebody else, and then that turn into an acting kind of...
We'll have to go to Liverpool and ask them.
Yes, they love the Southerners there. So yeah.
I love Guy Pearce, Toni Collette, she's great. So when it comes to the directors, I'd say Danny Boyle's definitely my favourite out of those people you've chosen.
Yeah.
I like Guillermo del Toro, but actually the more stuff of his I watch, the more I'm sort of... There are only actually like 2 or 3 of his films I genuinely really like.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth, very obvious choice. And I saw his Pinocchio on Netflix, and it's really good. Like, way better than I expected.
World War II, isn't it?
World War... God, you know what, I can't remember. I think it's earlier. I think it might... Maybe it's World... Anyway, it's a war, and yeah, it's quite dark. And
I actually met him at the premiere of that, and I was so shocked.
Wow.
And Kate Blanchett was there as well. It was just...
She plays the monkey in Pinocchio. It's sort of like it's great. It's a great role and stuff, but I'm sort of like, is that a role that needed a big name attached to it? Well, Netflix thought so yeah. No, it's great. Definitely watch Pinocchio.
So, because I was going to say, and I know that you're not the biggest fan, but I was going to put Yorgos Lanthimos in this.
Yeah.
Because I just think, like 2 of his films, I love The Favourite as well, though. I really love The Favourite.
I need to watch that again. I wasn't blown away by it, but that's just personal taste.
But that's that. So, I think of the names that you've mentioned, so I'm going to stick with... I think Julianne Moore will stick.
Okay. You don't really have to choose specific one, like they're all...
No, yeah. But, I mean, I can...
Okay.
You know, I agree with your points. I'm thinking if it is sci-fi, I think Samuel L. Jackson is more a kind of sci-fi guy.
Okay.
can't really see, because Denzel does things that are kind of grounded normally. I haven't really seen him do any roles in films that kind of...
Yeah, I'm wondering if he has done
likely to
sci-fi. I can't think of one off the top of my head anyway, but yeah.
Whereas Samuel L. was in Deep Blue Sea, and
Great
I
movie.
was so heartbroken to see the man die, because up until that point I don't think we've physically seen him die. We've seen his arm hanging from the ceiling in Jurassic Park, but up until that point we didn't actually
No,
see
you see him die in
die.
Goodfellas. Oh, you've never seen Goodfellas, have you? Have you?
I have, but only recently did I see that. So.
Oh, yeah.
And it's shocking. I do not like to see that man die because he's
Trauma.
cool as hell.
Trauma.
So I'll go with Samuel L. I'm going to have to go with Sam Rockwell because I met
You
the
like
man
him?
once. I didn't have the chance to say how much I adore his work
Okay.
because I was working at the time. Charlize Theron, nothing more needs to be said about the woman. She is just genius.
She's a proper movie star as well.
And
Like-
she's prepared to do whatever it takes to make good
Yeah, she's very
Yeah.
good at stuff like Monster and things like that, yeah.
monster. Even we were just watching her in Snow White and the Huntsman. Not a great film.
Yeah, I mean, we did give up halfway through. Sort of switched off. But yes.
But
I know what you mean.
stick by to work out why we were watching that film.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go with Stephen Graham. Toni Collette is in my most favourite film of all time.
Oh,
She is the
Little Miss
mother
Sunshine?
in, yeah, she's in Little Miss Sunshine. But since she started off in Muriel's Wedding,
Yeah.
which is a really fun film,
Yes.
she has just done so much really good work.
Yeah.
She was in the, what was the horror film? Hereditary?
Hereditary, yeah. She was
Um,
in Sixth Sense.
Sixth
as well.
Sense. But she's always great. Knives Out, she was fantastic in.
Yes. There was a film. God, okay, so I can't remember anything about it.
Shaft?
So who's who's the? I've never seen Shaft. What are you doing
She's in Shaft
with that? Oh, okay.
with Samuel L. Jackson.
Who's the Anna Faris,
Okay.
who used to be with Chris Pratt? I think. Anna Faris and Toni Collette play sisters in a film that came out like maybe a year or two ago, and they go to visit an elderly relative because they both desperately need the money they hope to inherit. And I think David Duchovny is in it as well as a relative. And I can't remember what it's called, but just look up those actors. And it was like, it's not mind blowing, but it's a very funny film where they're all just visiting the aunt, who I think is played by Kathleen Turner. So Kathleen Turner is just dying and surrounded by all these relatives who are trying to be really nice because they're like, I want your money. It's like quite a funny, dark comedy.
How have I not heard
I
about
can't
this
remember
film?
what it's called. Maybe I'll look it up a bit later. But yes. So yeah, Toni Collette's great.
And Guy Pearce, as we've already said, is just...
He's
Even in the 10 minutes he's in the Alien film, I think he was fantastic.
as the Prometheus.
So
Yes.
the makeup was god awful.
I don't know why they needed him in it. There are old men. Anthony Hopkins does pretty much anything. He'd have done it. He'll do anything.
He was in the Transformers and
Exactly.
he had no idea what was going on.
He's going to do that. He will happily do Prometheus. That was bad.
So, yeah, my dream film is, let's
Big
go with
sci-fi.
big sci-fi, Emma Stone, Julianne Moore, Florence Pugh, Samuel L. Jackson, Sam Rockwell, Charlize Theron, Stephen Graham, Toni Collette, and Guy Pearce.
Yes. Nice.
Being directed by Danny Boyle. Hopefully not bad like Sunshine was.
I liked Sunshine until the final act, and
Yeah.
then I was like, why is this turned into a weird horror movie? This was not that movie. But, yes.
And thank God Cillian Murphy has kind of resurrected.
Yeah,
himself from
he
that
got
nightmare.
an Oscar for Oppenheimer, which
Yeah.
I haven't seen, but like, good for him. He's another one of those actors who you're like, oh, you're really good. Why don't you get more recognition now? There we go. Okay,
Right.
fine.
That is it from me.
Yes.
Shall just be.
We'll go
speaking
over to
about
my dream
yours
film.
in a moment.
My dream film. So my dream film. So I decided in the end what I would probably go for is like a comedy, but maybe I'm not so into those kind of things where, like Judd. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Judd Apatow. J.A. I don't like those kind of films that sort of have that very loose improv feel to them. I think they just get too long and a bit indulgent. That's just my personal taste. So I've decided like maybe a Coen Brothers type comedy where there's like more of a, okay, it's going down well. But they have a plot to them. Like Burn After Reading for me is one of the funniest films ever. And it's just this kind of amazing farce where no one knows what's going on and they're all like cheating on each other, like, and no one knows who's who and all this stuff. So that kind of comedy,
Right.
caper maybe. Or,
I was thinking more Brother, Where Art Thou? That's the kind of Coen stuff.
I'm not a massive
keen
fan
on.
of that one, no. Or a good Sam Rockwell movie is Welcome to Collingwood, which is about some guys who try to commit a robbery, and it all goes terribly wrong. It's really funny. If you like Sam Rockwell, watch that. So it would be that kind of film, and probably, I'll skip to directors for now, probably someone like the Coen Brothers would do it. Although, I think they're not working together anymore. The
Oh
Coen brothers.
gosh.
I think I don't think anything bad happened, they've just decided to do separate things. So only one of them, Joel Coen, made that version of Macbeth with Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And then Ethan Coen has gone off, and I think he makes films with like his new partner or something, like his wife or something. So, there we go. But anyway, ideally the Coens would be like, hey, Sasha's idea is so cool, we're going to do that.
Let's just hope that nobody makes the mistake that Bill Murray made when he did Garfield.
I don't know what happened with Garfield.
Right,
All I know
so
about Garfield is he references it in Zombieland.
The story is that he signed up to Garfield because he thought he was doing a Coen Brothers film. Because the guy that produced the Garfield film was a Coen, but not one of the
I
Coens.
see. Well, if you're that fucking stupid, Bill Murray, you get everything you deserve. He actually thought the Coen Brothers were. Hey, Ethan, you know what we should do? What should we do, Joel? We should do Garfield. Oh my god, yeah. We should get Bill Murray. Wow. Didn't he do the sequel though, Bill Murray? Garfield 2 or something?
Yeah, I think it probably.
Yeah, okay. So he hasn't got that much artistic cred. Anyway, so I just tried to think of 5 actors, male actors and 5 female actors I really like. And I went with Josh Brolin,
Okay.
who has worked with the Coens just by sheer chance, but he's just one of those few people who is so natural in front of a camera. It's almost like he just doesn't care the camera's there, and he's really relaxed and natural, and he can be really funny. I liked him in True Grit, and
Yes.
No
yeah, I
Country for
forgot it
Old
was
Men.
that.
I mean, there's not much comedy in that film, but
Which had Woody Harrelson in as well.
it did indeed. So, and then I went with Jack Nicholson. And again, he's one of those actors who's just great in everything, even the boring films he's made. He's just got such a presence. I mean, he's just amazing.
DiCaprio in 40 years.
Well, we'll wait and see. DiCaprio certainly likes the ladies, as Jack Nicholson did, but I think Jack Nicholson wasn't as fussed about age as DiCaprio appears to be. Then I chose, I don't know, but some of the people you listed, I chose Mark Wahlberg just because Mark Wahlberg is hilarious. Like, in other stuff he's fine, but when he does comedy, he's hilarious. So like the other guys, I think he's way funnier than Will Ferrell in that movie. I think he's amazing in Boogie Nights.
That's not a comedy, though, is it?
Oh, but it's really funny. It's really funny, Boogie Nights.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's some dark bits, especially towards the end as everything falls apart from them, but, like, he's so... Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
it's a very funny movie.
I love Mark Wahlberg, so I know he's got comic timing, but I wouldn't say that's his strongest.
Oh, I think that's definitely his best thing, I think. Okay. He's funny in The Departed.
Is he?
Yeah, definitely. He's so foul-mouthed. He's great. And then Pain and Gain, which I know isn't really a great film, but just him and The Rock. I think because they're both so ridiculous and sort of take themselves quite seriously in that film, they're just hilarious. So Mark Wahlberg for the comic relief.
I loved him in The Fighter as well, but I loved the whole
film. He was good at... Yeah, he was very good in that. That was good. So then I went for Anthony Hopkins because...
He'll do anything.
He'll do anything. He doesn't care. And he's great. But I remember one time I was watching TV and I was surfing channels and I came across this thing where he's in a support group and he's talking about like his daughter and how he's not with his daughter anymore. And I know in real life Anthony Hopkins is estranged from his daughter.
Oh gosh.
And so as I watched this, and he did it so amazingly that for a moment I genuinely thought, is this a documentary about Anthony Hopkins and his daughter? But it looks like a film. And then it turned out it was a film. He was just acting so well that for a moment I was convinced he was.
Wow.
So I'm like, he deserved an Oscar for that. And then I finally went with Mark Strong, who I think is, again, one of these actors. He's like Guy Pearce until recently, because now Guy Pearce is Oscar nominated. Mark Strong is just in loads of stuff, really versatile, and never really seems to get the recognition he deserves. I think he's brilliant.
Mark Strong to me seems like an English Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I can see they sort of have a similar vibe. I know what you mean. They look the same.
I don't think Mark Strong has the comedy knack that Stanley Tucci does, but they do play the same kind of...
Yeah, Tucci has a lighter touch to him, maybe, or whatever. But I mean, like in The Guard, he plays a psychopath in The Guard, Mark Strong.
Yes, yeah.
And he's hilarious. I just think he's great.
He was great in Sherlock Holmes. In the first one.
Yeah, he was great in that. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. He's in all kinds of stuff. He's really good. And then my 5 female picks, I actually went for Charlize Theron as well.
Okay.
Because she's a really good, big fans. For her talent, she's a good actor. Thank you. No other reason. No, she's an amazing actor, and like a proper old school movie star. And also, like, I don't know. Just sometimes when you see, this applies to men as well, not just women. When you see a lot of people doing action movies, sometimes I just don't quite buy them. That's why I was surprised by Robert Pattinson in The Batman. I was like, the guy out of Twilight cannot be Batman, but he could. Charlize Theron is really good in Atomic Blonde.
Yes.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Such a shame they didn't do a sequel to Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, I enjoyed Atomic Blonde. But she can also do stuff like Monster.
Yeah.
And Bombshell. And
then she can play a villain.
And she can do villains, yeah.
Fast and Furious. I know, but she's a good villain in there.
Yeah,
they brought her back.
Really good. Then I went with Rosamund Pike, who, again, was someone who I always looked at and was like, she's so underrated. She never gets recognised. She steals every film she's in. Like, when she was in An Education, everyone talked about Carey Mulligan. And they were like, oh, Carey Mulligan's amazing, she's amazing. But I was like, Rosamund Pike is the really good one. And then she got Oscar nominated for Gone Girl. And I was like, yay! Everyone now knows who Rosamund Pike is.
You know which film I'm going to bring up here.
Which one? What, Doom?
No. We've spoken about it a lot since the Oscars last year.
Which one? Which one?
Saltburn.
Oh, Saltburn. Yes, she's very good in Saltburn, yes.
As what Carey Mulligan was it also in that. So
she plays
the friend who kills herself.
Yes. I mean, I didn't like Saltburn, but yes. So Rosamund Pike, great.
She's versatile.
And there's a film called I Care a Lot, which unfortunately wasn't as good as I thought it could have been. But she's in that, and she's amazing again. So, yeah, Rosamund Pike. Then Imelda Staunton.
Okay.
I
realise I haven't picked many older actors at all in my...
Denzel's getting on a bit, isn't he? He's in his 60s.
Doesn't look like it though, does he?
Well, he's well preserved, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't look like he has any surgery. Maybe he just takes care of himself. But Imelda Staunton, yeah, she's just...
Imelda Staunton.
She's just brilliant in everything.
Can't really...
And, yeah. Can't say any more than that. Then I went with Miranda Richardson, who's Queenie in Blackadder 2.
Yes.
But she, there was a period where she was being nominated for Oscars and stuff in the early 90s.
Was she in the one with Steve Coogan? Was she in Philomena, or am I mistaking that for somebody else?
I don't remember her in that.
Okay,
but it was Judi Dench.
there are a cadre, like a number of British actresses that are quite difficult to remember. Which amazing British actress was in?
So much talent. I don't know. I'm trying to think actually what she's in films like Damage or Damages. I can't remember if it's plural or single. I think she was in that TV version of Good Omens recently, but I didn't watch that because I watched the first episode and didn't like it very much.
I watched the first two.
But yeah, so Miranda Richardson, and then I went with Kathy Burke, who like she doesn't act much. I don't think she's very interested in it, but when she does, she's incredible.
She was great alongside Stephen Graham and Saoirse Ronan in Blitz.
Okay, I didn't see Blitz. I didn't know she was in that.
Blitz is worth watching. Her and Stephen Graham play kind of the what are the baddies in Oliver called?
Oh, Bill and Nancy.
Bill and Nancy, basically, but obviously not quite so.
Yeah, because isn't Blitz sort of based on Oliver Twist?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I think it's vaguely better.
Okay,
bands.
but yeah, she's.
But Kathy Burke's just really underrated.
Yeah.
And just amazing. And yeah, I said like maybe someone like the Coen Brothers or something like that to direct it.
So no other shortlist. You've just gone right. It's them or nobody else.
I'm trying to think of people who do. I think usually think of David Fincher who does like thrillers like Seven and Zodiac and Fight Club and stuff. But when he does comedy, he does it really well.
Does he do comedy?
Well, I think Fight Club is quite funny. It's a satire. And also Gone Girl. I mean, that's a thriller, but that's, I think it's really funny in places. Gone Girl is like the best date movie ever.
Ladies, watch out.
If you can survive that film on a date, you'll be fine. So, yeah, like, just not the obvious comedy directors like, who's that guy? Is it Kevin Feige? Is that his name? Feige. He did Ghostbusters, the female Ghostbusters.
Okay, because
and
Kevin
Spy.
Feige is the Marvel.
Okay, so I can't remember his name, but he directed Spy.
Right.
And the female Ghostbusters and stuff like that. And like, so he's seen as this comedy director, but I think a lot of comedy directors just point a camera and then go, be funny! Whereas people like Fincher or the Coen Brothers, like very precise and like, they just make me laugh more, basically. So, yeah, I realise of the women I've chosen, 3 of them are tall, slim blondes. That really is just a promise, a coincidence.
Yeah, I've picked a number of redheads, so...
Well, there we go then. Oh, the blondes, yeah, the redheads. But yeah, all of these people are all great actors, but they've also all of them done great comedy.
So you have to cut, I would say 4 at least. Who is not making the final?
Who's not making the final cut? Okay, so I'll stick with Josh Brolin.
Okay.
And Jack Nicholson and Anthony Hopkins. I'll keep those 3.
Right.
And then I'll keep Imelda Staunton. Do you know what? I'll say Imelda Staunton, Miranda Richardson and Kathy Burke. Just because they don't seem to get as much attention as Theron and Pike.
Okay.
It's just the simplest way of choosing. So there we go. So that's my comedy crime caper film.
You've gone for comedy. I'm really surprised at that.
Yeah, even I was. Actually, as soon as it popped in my head, I was like, oh, cool. Really? But yeah, I'll go with that.
Wow. You heard it here, people. Generally, comedy is not a thing that we normally agree on, I would say.
Indeed, maybe we should do a couple of comedy episodes.
Yeah, because
Full
I got this man to watch Coming to America, which is one of my most favourite comedies of all time.
Good for you.
And there were maybe a couple of chuckles.
Yeah, there were a couple of the bit. I can't remember the guy's name, but towards the end, like there's a real douchebag, and he's been caught in the rain, and he goes round, and someone's sister is there.
Eric.
I can't remember, but she's just like, oh my god, we need to get you out of these wet clothes, and he just looks at the camera. And there's also a reaction shot from a dog, which I remember I pissed myself laughing. But that is pretty much about it from that film that I think made me laugh. Although I do like Eddie Murphy. I mean, like, he's really good. Have you seen there's a Netflix film called
Dolomite.
Dolomite Is My Name. Great movie. That is a brilliant movie. Watch that. Watch that, and watch The Estate, and watch Welcome to Collinwood. You're welcome, people. Great movies. And watch Coming to America. Great.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're going to do the flip side, which is we describe what a hellish movie might look like for each of us. So again, very personal, like what kind of movie, the actors, it's basically an excuse to list actors we don't like. In a specific context.
Disclaimer here. We're not saying that these are necessarily bad actors.
I am, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But there are actors that we, for some reason, don't understand either the hype or don't quite see in certain
yeah, there will be loads of people,
or...
so these are all well-known actors, and so there will be loads of people who are big fans. This is a completely personal, subjective choice. So if you don't agree, that's fine. You're not a bad person. You've just got terrible
and neither are we. So please.
Oh, I don't care. You hate me.
Too much hate.
Right. Okay. So I've decided, because I don't normally like superhero movies. I think.
Oh.
I just think it's not a great genre, personally. Although I do enjoy Batman as a character, and I like the recent The Batman. But I thought, okay, it'll be a superhero movie. Excuse me. So, and I thought it would be the worst kind of superhero movie for me would be a Batman one, because that's probably the only kind that would get me into a cinema. So it would be a Batman film, and funnily enough, it would be directed by Christopher Nolan, because I think Christopher Nolan is just so overrated. That my issue with Christopher Nolan is he says he wants to make, you can do big spectacle movies, but do them with intelligence and treat your audience with intelligence. And other people say his movies are so clever, so smart. And I just don't think they are, personally. I just don't think they're that clever. When I was really young, I really liked his stuff. But as I've got older and watched more of these things, I'm just like, I just don't think they're very clever. And I don't find them very entertaining.
I think he started to believe the hype.
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. When your films make millions or even billions of dollars, then you're just going to be surrounded by people who will let you do whatever you want. And so that's why someone like Tarantino goes from Pulp Fiction, which I love, to Inglourious Bastards, which I think is just a mess. Yeah, I really don't understand why people love that movie.
People, I apologise.
Yeah, maybe it would be so either Nolan or Tarantino. People who are just told again and again how great they are, and it's like, yeah, but you're not, because there's no restrictions. There's no restrictions on them, and so they can just do what they want. David Fincher said that in an interview once. He was like, some of my films have done well, but none of them have been like Jaws. And so when I want to make a movie, I have to really justify every decision. And so all of his movies, even the ones I don't like, still feel they're like tight and well made and structured. Whereas Nolan and Tarantino and people just kind of ramble on and go on for hours and hours, and it's... Yeah. So that's my director. Although Tarantino doing Batman might be quite cool. You motherfucker.
He was supposed to be doing a Star Trek, and I was so up for that.
What, film?
Yes.
Wow.
Imagine
even I
Samuel motherfucking Jackson.
Fucking Klingons!
It would have been amazing.
Oh well. Certainly would have been better than the recent Star Trek films I've seen. But anyway, so we'll say Nolan. I'll stick with Nolan, because at least Tarantino is funny at times, I'll give him that. So, who would be my Batman? I mean, there are a lot of terrible people who could play Batman. I decided to go with Kit Harington, most famous as Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. The man just
really
has...
would be just miserable as a Batman.
I just don't like him as an actor. I just don't think he has much to offer.
He has one kind of acting, and that's...
Yeah, just one kind of
down.
expression on the... Yeah, always miserable. Like, I know in Game of Thrones, his character has to deal with a lot of shit, but he barely smiles. And even when he smiles, he looks pained doing it. It's like, lighten up, mate. You're Jon Snow. You're clearly like the cool romantic hero of this story. Come on. Anyway. I just... But then, you know, actually, I've always liked Robert Pattinson. So even though I was surprised he made a good Batman, I'm not surprised he can act. Kit Harington, I've yet to be impressed by that. Then, for the joke, I've been very specific in the casting. I thought, why not go all in?
I've done that.
No, it's fine. But with Batman, like, everyone sort of knows the characters.
Yeah.
So I thought as the Joker, obviously, we'd have King of Comedy, James Corden. Yeah, I can't stand James Corden. There's very few people in this world I actively hate. He's one of them.
I think you'll find I completely agree with you on this. There's been no collusion. But
No. I think you probably get it with James Corden. You either think he's hilarious and you adore Gavin and Stacey, or you hate him, and I definitely hate him.
There was the first Doctor Who episode that he was in that I enjoyed. The first time we meet his character.
I quite liked the story. I didn't like him.
The second one is god awful.
Oh yeah, God. Well, Doctor Who's another story.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Let's
then
not go into TV.
Aidan Gillen, I chose for the Riddler.
So you're not a fan of Game of Thrones then?
I quite enjoyed Game of Thrones. It's just like it's such a real mix.
He's
of
Littlefinger, by the way, people.
Yeah, he's Littlefinger in that, and he's the guy at the start of The Dark Knight Rises in the plane, the CIA guy.
Yes,
he takes
yeah.
the mask off Bane. He's in The Wire. I mean, he has some personality. I'll give him that. I just think he's a very hammy actor.
He's also the bad guy in... Is it Blitz that Jason Statham was in?
Oh, I never saw that.
And it's got Mark Rylance.
Yeah, Mark Rylance, who was really pissed off he was in it, and I think had to go at his agent about it. I don't know how he ended up having to do that film, but he had to. Yeah. Anyway, so then I decided for Robin. I don't really like Robin as a character. I think Robin is very hard to do well. So I thought, I'll have Andrew Garfield as Robin. I cannot stand Andrew Garfield. Now, in fairness to him, he's not a bad actor, but he's just so fucking wet in everything he does.
Yeah.
And he's so... Like, I mentioned Josh Brolin earlier as being completely natural in front of a camera. Andrew Garfield is always aware the camera's on him, and he's always, like, performing and acting really hard. And it's like, calm down, mate. Don't bust a blood vessel. He just tries too hard.
Yeah, I completely get Garfield.
But again, there are people who adore him. He's multi-Oscar nominated. He's been to big movies. So, he was in Hacksaw Ridge. God, that was a terrible film. We need to talk about Hacksaw Ridge one day.
Okay, I've not seen it.
Oh, it's shocking.
I don't do war films, I'm afraid.
Then we won't watch that.
No, but
you don't want to see that.
I will do for Only Hands, but I generally don't go to a war film.
No, I don't generally either. But I
Apart
watched
from Vietnam films, I find those...
Nice.
No, just because it's taken from such a removed place from us here in Britain.
Interesting.
So I kind of feel it's not kind of right on our doorstep.
Okay. Well, Hacksaw
sure
Ridge is in the Pacific, so... Anyway, and then I thought another a villain would be Dr. Freeze.
Okay.
Or Mr. Freeze? Dr. Freeze? I can't remember. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. So I chose King of Subtlety himself, Oscar-winning leading man, everyone loves him, Rami Malek. Terrible, terrible actor. There is only one actor on this planet worse than Rami Malek, and we're going to come to her soon enough. But Rami Malek... I love Queen, and so I watched Bohemian Rhapsody.
I could not wait for you to mention this.
Fuck me, that film is bad in every single way.
At what point in the film should people watch?
So you need to look at it. It's currently on Netflix, people. So you can look this up. It's a scene 30 minutes into the film. Literally, the time code is about 30 minutes. And it's where the band Queen have gone to this music manager, producer played by Mike Myers. And they're trying to sell him the idea of Bohemian Rhapsody. And they play some actual opera music from Carmen. And Freddie Mercury, but not Freddie Mercury, is it? It's Rami Malek in a fucking stupid wig with false teeth, walks behind Mike Myers, and then as the music, it's this famous piece of music from Carmen that has this chorus go da 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 da, and as it hits that bit, Rami Malek slams the desk, which makes Mike Myers like go oh, and then all the other band members and everyone snigger, and then it's the most horrific image I've ever seen. We cut to a close-up of Rami Malek, and presumably what he's trying to show is Freddie Mercury being a bit cheeky and loving how he's winding Mike Myers up. But he literally turns into a kind of lizard creature. You have to see it to believe it, and it's so quick, but he just kind of is there going... like, you got an Oscar!
I know you love Queen, so I'm not laughing at
It's
your
terrible.
reaction.
And he's just bad in every... The problem with Rami Malek is he's so awkward and self-conscious. And I get some people are like that, and some characters in films are like that. But he's so awkward. I'm just watching Rami Malek squirm, and like, if you're that self-conscious, why are you an actor? I have every possible job. So he'd be my Freeze. And then, this is where it gets really good. I've chosen... Actually, I'm going to save her because she is the worst actor in the world. So, next, I don't know who she'd play. Maybe Batman's mum. I chose Nicole Kidman, who I normally like, but she recently has started... I think Nicole Kidman is someone who really loves being the focus of attention. And she's doing all these films at the moment that, to me, are about her showing off how, oh, I'm dangerous. I do all these really interesting, edgy roles, like in Big Little Things, The Northman or The Norseman, whatever it's called. I didn't see it, but someone I know watched Baby Girl, and she was like, it's meant to be this kinky, cool film, and it's like terrible, apparently.
Oh, really? I heard good things about it.
I mean... it's very mixed, but yeah, she's just starting to annoy me, Nicole Kidman.
Right.
Where she used to, I really liked her, so
Yeah.
I chose her. I've chosen Lydia West to be Batgirl. I don't really like Batgirl as a character very much, but Lydia West mostly does TV. She plays Lucy in the terrible TV version of Dracula they did a couple of years ago. She's in a lot of Russell T Davies stuff, like Years and Years. It's a Sin. She's the main girl in It's a Sin. She's the one who's the friends of all the boys and young men who, through the AIDS crisis of the 80s. But she just doesn't... I know nothing about Lydia West, But just the impression I get of her on screen is she is someone who has no real experience of life. Just went to drama school, immediately got big TV roles, and so doesn't really have much personality to put into her roles. And so she's just very bland. So I chose Lydia West. Sorry. Then I chose to play Harley Quinn. I chose Kate McKinnon. I don't think I know anyone who dislikes Kate McKinnon. Do you like Kate McKinnon?
I'm nonplussed about her.
Okay.
She doesn't
That's
offend
the worst
me.
thing I've ever heard anyone who isn't me say about Kate McKinnon. I'm nonplussed.
I mean, she's okay. She was in the film that you mentioned in your...
Which film?
The female Ghostbusters.
Oh, yes, she is. And completely unfunny.
Yeah, but I think the script writers did the cast dirty in that film.
Yeah, but I think there was also a lot of improv in that film, and there's like a bit where she's like just dancing.
And she was okay in the Barbie film.
No, she was terrible in that. She was terrible. It's not that she's not funny; it's that she's anti-funny. Like, I feel less happy with the world whenever I see her on screen because I think she's just a terrible actor, and she's just not funny. I don't find Adam Sandler very funny, but I can see why people like him. I'm not a massive fan of Kevin Hart, but I see why people like him.
Oh God, that's somebody I forgot to put on my list.
But I'm trying to think of other examples, but like, I don't know many comedy actors' names, but I get why people find them funny, but I don't. Kate McKinnon, I genuinely don't understand. Genuinely, why anyone would think she's funny. I just don't get it. It's like if you said to me, "Oh, Gary Glitter, he's quite funny." I'd be like, but I'm not suggesting Kate McKinnon deserves to go to prison, but I just can't stand her. So she would be, to James Corden's Joker, her Harley Quinn. Then I've chosen for Poison Ivy. I went with Jodie Comer, and I know everyone adores Jodie Comer. So Jodie Comer is like Lydia West, only Jodie Comer, this is just what I get from her. She's an amazing actor, but there's nothing behind it.
So it's just aesthetic.
Well, I haven't seen Killing Eve. I tried it and gave up very quickly. But I imagine that's why she might be really good in that film, that show. Because that show she plays a psychopath, I think. And psychopaths, they don't connect with people, they don't empathise, but they can be very good at performing and being charming or, playing a part. And I think I'm not suggesting Jodie Comer's a psychopathic killer.
Or are you?
Or maybe she is, who knows? You heard it here first. But she's incredibly good at performing, but there's nothing behind it, for me. And I've seen her in a few films. So, I gave her Poison Ivy.
So, there's a very tall, curly-haired man that I'm surprised you have not mentioned yet.
Oh, Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Well, he's just not funny. But I can see why people find him funny, and he is quite good in Anchorman, I think.
Right, okay.
But I just don't love him. I just don't think he... But I mean,
so
he's better than Kate McKinnon.
Who would be your Jim Gordon?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of Jim Gordon.
Because you can't have Batman without Jim
well,
Gordon.
Maybe...
or could you have a Jane Gordon?
I was going to think of someone good like Josh Brolin, but we're thinking of someone bad, aren't we? Or maybe Will Ferrell. Oh my God! You're dressed as a bat. Commissioner Gordon, I need your help. Oh my God! Why are you dressed as a bat? Don't you get hot in all that leather? Oh my! Hilarious, Will. And then. Finally, and I've saved her because, and I really mean this, she is the worst actor of anything ever. To the point where even Kate McKinnon looks talented alongside her. I've chosen to play Catwoman, Kristen Stewart. So obviously everyone, or a lot of people, really didn't like Kristen Stewart in Twilight because she's fucking terrible. But also those films aren't great. So maybe she'd be better in other things. And so I watched her I never looked her up, but I've seen films that she's also in. And I was always like, oh, she's terrible. She has no personality, she's very awkward, even more self-conscious than Rami Malek. But what finally convinced me of the anti-acting ability of Kristen Stewart was Spencer, in which she plays Diana, Princess of Wales. And, I mean, it's not a good film, I think. But she is, like... Whereas Naomi Watts played Diana, and that's a terrible film that she's in, Naomi Watts, but she's quite convincing as Diana, I think. She kind of is playing a human being, but trying to get all the mannerisms of Diana and stuff, but it feels believable. Kristen Stewart gives a performance that makes spitting image look like subtle acting. It's that bad. It's just like she's taking the piss out of Diana. She's taken all the mannerisms, like the tilted head and the big eyes and the whispery voice. Oh, I'm Diana. Oh gosh, this is all terrible. It's so bad. And she got an Oscar nomination for her troubles. I cannot fucking believe it. If you'd shown me Twilight and you said, one of these actors is one day going to get nominated for Best Leading Actress or Actor, who would you choose? I'd have probably gone for Robert Pattinson. And in fact, literally anyone else other than Kristen Stewart. And Kristen Stewart is now an Oscar-nominated actor. I couldn't believe it. I'm absolutely fucking stunned. Rant over. Sorry, big rant there. But I just do not understand the appeal of
I just have to say here, and this is plain
You're a big fan. You're a big fan.
No, not at all. But I would have to say, with Spencer in particular, I feel like it was a big Hail Mary she took to take on that role. I don't think she completely balls up. I don't think it's the greatest. I don't think it's a Oscar nominee performance.
Yeah.
But in fact, I didn't really think that with, Mikey Madison and Aura. So, the people get awards.
Yeah.
It's not really warranted. But at least she's trying something different. Because there are so many actors that do the same thing for year upon year upon year and do not come out that box. I'm not saying she's a great actor, but hopefully with her trying different roles and trying her hand at things, that someday she will find something that works.
Like another job.
I feel bad hearing that you think she's the worst ever, because that is quite an accolade.
I just can't think of anyone who's so... Even people who give bad performances, where you're like, I don't believe them, they seem a bit dead in the eyes, or they're Will Ferrell, or Kate McKinnon, or whatever, where I'm like, I just don't find you funny or interesting. But there's still something... I still feel like I'm watching a human being. With Kristen Stewart, it's like a machine that's got a glitch. Or like an alien has landed and doesn't really understand how humans work, and so just doesn't know how to behave normally. Just behave like a human being. Like when we watched the first half of Snow White and the Huntsman, her character at first is a kid, so someone else plays her, and then she's locked up in a tower for years. Time passes, and suddenly she's turned into Kristen Stewart. So it's a real horror movie. And the first thing she has to do is look out a window. And I just looked at her and was like, "You can't even look out a window. Like it's like you just got to look. You just got to use your eyes." But she's just kind of, "I'm looking out a window." I don't know. I just. And the thing is, it's probably a tricky one because I think people either love Kristen Stewart or hate her. So I can't say anything that's going to change your mind.
Than hate.
Yeah, I don't wish her ill. If I met her, I wouldn't be like, I've spent several hours of my life seeing you in films and I want my money back. There's that great story about Tom Hanks, who was like in a petrol station or something, and this guy was there, just a random guy, and he went, "Tom Hanks, I'm a big fan, and Tom Hanks is really nice. I'm like, oh, great, thank you very much. Yeah, I've watched many of your movies and I love them, but that last one, I don't know which one it was, but that last one he said, I really didn't like it. It was really bad. And so Tom Hanks reimbursed him for his cinema ticket and said, there you go, I'm sorry you didn't like it.
Wow.
Like, now I'm not expecting Kristen Stewart to reimburse, I've never seen any of her movies in the cinema. And I don't know how she would reimburse me the time, but I'm sure she's a lovely person. She seems very nice. It's the utter self-consciousness every second in front of the camera. I just like, you've chosen the worst profession. It's like, I'm scared of heights, so I know I'll get a job as a tightrope walker. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I'm scared of the dark, I'll get a job as a security guard on a night shift. But yes.
Which is what I do.
But you're not scared of the dark. So,
no.
yeah. So anyway, that's my Batman hellhole list. But if I have to choose a handful, then yeah, it's going to obviously you need Batman.
You've casted them all, so that's
fine.
I'll give you all 10.
Thanks. Thanks.
There's no need to cut down, and we'll give you a moment for your blood pressure to
I'm
come
going to stick my
back
head in
down.
a sink full of ice. Yeah, this has been emotional.
It has. I'm so sorry.
But it's done. It's done. We're finished.
You're going to the asylum now, so you know, into your pedigree. Are you allowed to say that anymore?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't mention Tom Hardy. I thought he was going to be.
No, Tom Hardy is. I think he's good, but just sometimes he's a bit. He's like Gary Oldman. He's really good at performing, like giving big performances. But like for something very easy and casual, maybe he just doesn't get those roles. I don't know. I keep coming back to Josh Brolin. The guy's just so relaxed. He's so chilled that I just buy him as whatever role he's in. I like him in No Country for Old Men, True Grit, Milk. God, he did something else where he...
The Goonies?
W. Oh, The Goonies! Of course he's in The Goonies! So yeah, great.
Right.
So do your film next.
We
your
shall take a
film.
moment and we'll
be back for
meditate.
Yes.
Hopefully Sasha will come back to the world.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back for my nightmare film.
Sweet.
So bear with us, we'll be back with you in a moment.
We're back, people.
Yes.
Cliff's nightmare movie.
Yeah. I found this very tough.
Really?
Just because...
There's so many terrible movies and actors out.
Not just that, but not terrible actors, but I feel that they haven't all... I don't think they've found their stride yet.
Okay.
Because the thing is, to get yourself up on screen, you've got to have done something right, surely. Or done something for the right people. Harvey
Weinstein. Yeah, yes. Okay, but yeah.
So,
anyway, go on.
So I'll start off with my directors, because I think they are just fucking heinous.
Okay, fine, go for
The
it.
crimes they've made against film are just innumerable.
Okay.
And I'm just using long words to sound like I'm really interesting and
do
like
every
a typical film reviewer. Like Mark Commode and the like. So, the three, because I've got a short list of really awful directors. The first of which is probably the director who has never listened to a human being speak to another human being, and that's Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's films look great.
Yeah, visually they're very detailed and
and bright and
they're quite amazing. Yeah,
amazing. But then when the people open their mouths,
there's definitely there's a Wes Anderson style.
I could see Kristen Stewart starring in a Wes Anderson film. That would actually work.
Yeah, that actually. Oh, maybe not. But yes, I mean That's the closest she's ever going to find somewhere that's conducive to her as a being.
All his films, he makes, for some reason, he makes his actors speak in a monotone and very slowly, as if they're talking to somebody who's never heard a human speak before. So maybe he and Kristen Stewart are aliens that have been sent down to the planet.
It's part of an invasion. Yeah, maybe.
So the person...
I agree, I'm not a big Wes Anderson fan myself either, I have to say.
I can't even read my writing.
Okay.
Oh, right, yes. The second is just the person who thinks big bangs and explosions are the only way that you can go forward with film. Love The Rock, but Michael Bay, you need to pay for your crimes.
Yeah, the Transformers films alone are pretty...
As well as being a Nazi, apparently. I think we were told that at one point.
Were we?
Isn't that what Megan Fox called him?
Oh, she said he was a bit like Hitler. Yeah. I don't think she's actually saying he's a paid-up neo-Nazi.
Right, okay. And the last of which is Baz Luhrmann, who I think personally needs to be hung, drawn and quartered.
Again,
for
he has a very
crimes
particular
against
style.
film.
It's a very particular style. I quite enjoyed Romeo and Juliet and Strictly Ballroom and even Moulin Rouge. I really like that. But yes, it's more recent stuff.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I think this is the last podcast we shall be doing.
Okay.
So on my list of heinous actors...
What kind of... do you have a
Oh
particular
yes,
type
of course, sorry. This is very important to this. Because none of these cast members would be able to get their head around a period drama. And by this I mean Jane Austen, who else was writing at those times?
What you mean in the 1800s?
Yeah.
People like the Bronte sisters and...
Basically, any of these films where women are written to be stupid, subservient bees, like worker bees, these films really piss me off.
Okay.
Because women are still downtrodden now, yes, but they're not treated like fucking morons. In all of these films, the women are just saps.
Do you have any examples of specific films? Or is it just generally those
It's just
kind of
generally
films
that kind of, you woman, go off and do what you're told. Oh, go and marry a man. That will solve all of your problems.
Well, it certainly hopefully brings them money and security. I'm
So
not saying, but anyway, go on.
The other genre I was thinking of would be an Italian gangster film.
Oh, you hate gangster films?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just mob films.
Mob films.
Yeah, they all go through, except because I was speaking to Sasha about me not having seen Godfather because I've already seen Casino, Goodfellas, and various
all
other
those kind of,
famous mobster films. And I said to him, look, let me give you a couple of plot points that I'm guessing might be in The Godfather. Guess what? Every single one of them in the film. They go through the same kind of linear kind of storyline throughout all of them. But I'm going with period drama.
Okay, fine.
I don't know what else one might call it.
Costume dramas, that kind of... the things that we do very well in Britain and seem to do all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Which is why we have...
Merchant Ivory films.
Which is why we have Colin Firth. Yeah.
He's great. But Colin... I don't think he's in the next Bridget Jones movie, is he? That's
no, he's been killed off, hasn't he? I think in the...
Poor Cole.
I think so.
I haven't seen it. Spoiler. Spoiler for a film we haven't even seen. Okay, go on.
My list...
Oh yes, the actors.
Yes, the actors. Right, the top of which is Ricky Gervais, who I think in one of the extras episode was in a costume drama. The one with Vinnie Jones? No, with Grant Mitchell.
Yes, Vinnie Jones does show up briefly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because he's in the sharp type.
He's in the I think it is that one. Yes. You're not a fan of Gervais.
I absolutely loathe him. He's a repugnant, awful human being who kind of decides that he's a warrior, a kind of, socially aware warrior. Okay, he loves animals. That's about the only redeeming feature I think the man has.
Fair enough.
His war on the trans community, it has just been disgusting. I don't care what he says about comedy being, you shouldn't be able to not point the finger at anybody.
You should be able to laugh at anyone.
Yeah, but I think the trans community has had enough shit thrown at them.
Fair enough.
He can go off on a boat with J.K. Rowling and hopefully it's sink.
Who else in this great movie? She writes movies, so maybe she could script it for you.
Yes.
Go on.
So the next up on the list is Jake Gyllenhaal, who I think much like, can't remember who it was.
Jodie Comer?
No, Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
Is just so self-aware. Because when I mentioned to Sasha that I didn't like him, he was like, I don't get that when I see him.
Yeah.
So we found a few interviews.
Yes.
Where the man, before he speaks, you can see cogs turning in his head so that he says the right thing.
He's very slick, yes. I know what you mean. As you showed me these interviews, I was like, sort of the way I feel about Jodie Comer in interviews. Like, they're doing and saying all the right things.
Yeah. And I hated Donnie Darko. When I first saw that, I was told it's one of the greatest things that have ever been filmed at that time. Obviously, it's, 20 odd years old now?
Older, actually. I think it came out when I was at sixth form.
Okay.
So that's the very start of this sentence. So yeah, just over 20 years ago. God.
And he's not really aged.
He
must be an alien.
He has a great skin regime.
He's come down to the planet like Wes Anderson and Kristen Stewart. All on the same plane.
Maybe, have you seen Nightcrawler?
I haven't, no.
So he plays basically a psychopath in that, and he's really good. And maybe it's again sort of like that Jodie Comer thing. It's a very self-conscious performance because he's always like, I have to be nice to this person, so I'm going to be really nice. Or I need to be angry with this. It's probably his best performance, I think, of everything I've seen. Okay. I'd give Nightcrawler a go. And it's got Riz Ahmed in it, who's
he's great.
He's really good.
He's really good.
And Rene Rousseau as well. She's in it. And Bill Paxton, you love Bill Paxton. He's in Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Oh, you should watch Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Great movie.
I will take your...
Okay. So yes, Jake Gyllenhaal, I understand. Go for it.
This person would be amazing in a costume drama. I'm absolutely sure that you will agree that Vincent Diesel would be great, or possibly the worst thing ever in a British costume drama. The man has one tone of voice and he has one face that he pulls.
His voice sounds like he drinks diesel.
Yes.
In everything he does.
And smokes diesel as well, probably.
I can see that. I've never quite understood why he's such a big... I guess Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. And
there was
Groot.
Rich Black.
Does he play Groot?
Yes, he does, but he only says 3 words. I am Groot.
I can do that.
The only words he
I
says.
am Groot. There.
But he has different inflections, which is about
as
wide as his action. That's probably his best performance, is as Groot.
Oh god. Okay.
So we've also got Jesse Eisenberg, who for me is a poor man's Michael Cera.
Yeah, I like Michael Cera. He's great.
I don't think The Social Network would have been the same with Michael Cera as the lead in though.
I just picture him as George Michael from Arrested Development. So when he gets dumped, he just hangs his head sadly and just slowly.
I just think that Jesse Eisenberg is just awful. Everything I've seen him in.
I've seen clips of him in that Batman movie. Is it Batman vs Superman?
Oh yes, he's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it seemed a very odd choice.
Lex Luthor is a massive man, and I think Jesse Eisenberg looks like he's about 5'7" or 5'8".
Really?
He's got curly hair like a child.
It's a very. I think it was quite a bold choice, maybe, to put him in that role, but of course, apparently, it wasn't a very good film. So whoever you put in there,
he's very snivelling as Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor isn't a snivelling character. He's a strong kind of
he's got a very strong
manipulator.
Yeah,
and Jesse Eisenberg doesn't have that at all. I've got Chris Pratt as well, Mr. One Note, One Character.
Yeah,
whether it be demigod in Marvel, a manly dinosaur wrangler, or card playing cowboy.
Yeah. Magnificent Seven.
Great film, but Chris Pratt was just so badly miscast in it.
That one. Yeah.
I've also got James Corden, but I'm happy to relinquish him to your film.
Oh no, you can have him. I don't want him anywhere near me.
I found it really difficult to find actresses.
Right.
Because I tend to... this may be woke of me or call me whatever, but I find it... the fact that there aren't a multitude of great female characters. And female actors have it so difficult as things are, especially with, what's happened in the last decade.
Yeah, but fair enough. But still, there must be some you think aren't great.
Somebody who I don't think has any range at all as an actress or actor is Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't get it.
Okay.
Like, for her to have played that role in Sex
and the City.
In or and?
Sex and the City. Yeah.
Sex and the City. I don't think she's glamorous at all.
Okay.
She just looks
so
like...
that is a problem in a show that is glamorous.
A clothes peg is all she played. An opinionated clothes peg is all she played in that show. And I know we're talking about film, but she was in Mars Attacks. I can't remember her in much else apart from the film of Sex and the City. Or in fact, both films of Sex and the City.
Of course, because there was a sequel. We all wanted it.
Anna Kendrick is also one that I'm not quite sure if she knows what she's doing.
I quite like Anna
Kendrick. Film.
I think she has a very particular energy, and I understand why some people might not like it. But
it's like spoilt teenager, I find, from her.
Yeah, she's good at playing that kind of... I think she's done some more interesting stuff recently, but I haven't seen any of it, but I hear she's... my comment about, out of all the Twilight people, only Kristen Stewart's been Oscar nominated. That's not true.
Rami Malek was in one of the Twilight films, wasn't
was he?
Was he not one of the vampires that dies in that big battle that then turns out not to be a battle?
Oh, maybe, I don't remember. I mean, he's so memorable a performer. But Anna Kendrick was nominated for Up in the Air. So she's... so there's quite a few Oscar people. Why is Robert Pattinson not getting an Oscar nomination? So bizarre. Okay, anyway, who's next?
Did he not for the Lighthouse? I know that was up for...
Probably cinematography.
Oh, okay.
It looked amazing, that film, but it was so good.
I'm going to have to go with the much derided, though had a comeback with Hustlers. Jennifer Lopez is just awful. It's almost as if all of the really talented musician slash actors got together and decided to, for a laugh, say, "Oh yeah, you should give it a go, Jennifer. You'd be great."
What's the joke on her?
Me. Awful. What? I've not seen Hustlers, but it's because I've seen so many bad films in with her. I'd rather not waste my time.
I mean, I see why she got a lot of attention for it, and I think she's good. I just didn't like Hustlers as a movie. I found it incredibly boring, actually. If you've watched stuff like Casino and Goodfellas, in a way it just felt like that. It's sort of always annoying when you watch a film that feels... That was one of the problems I had with that film Joker. I watched it, it was like, yeah, but if you've seen Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, this doesn't feel very new. And Hustlers, for me, I was like, if you've seen Goodfellas and Casino, this doesn't feel very new. Okay. It just feels derivative. But she was fine. But you don't like her, so that's fine.
Yeah, but fine is...
Her love don't cost a thing, Cliff.
Yeah. She's great. She's a great singer. I'll give her that. And I also watched her recently in an episode of How I Met Your Mother. And
Really?
she was
Seen
just
that?
fucking awful in that.
I've never
She's an author that tries to, show Barney what for, and it doesn't work out.
Great. Well,
you don't fuck over Barney from How I Met Your Mother. He is a great character.
Okay.
And I love him to pieces dearly. So the last person on my list is probably the most surprising.
Okay.
And will get hate from probably a certain community who I think she's quite
Oh God. Okay, go on.
haunted in. That's Meryl Streep. I do not understand
I know other
how
people
people
feel like
rate this woman as the greatest of all time. Probably above some men. And I'm not saying men are better than women. I'm just saying some people
she's
think
seen as one of the
Meryl
greatest
Streep
actors
as
of all
the
time.
greatest ever.
I mean, I do really like her. I think I get the impression. I mean, maybe she's just being humble, but I get the impression even she is like the amount of praise she's received is maybe a bit much. For some reason, she's just the darling of the Oscars and stuff. But I think I do like Florence Foster Jenkins, Mamma Mia, Silkwood. I think I do like her. Maybe overrated, but I think no one is that good. No one is that good.
I think of this cast, she would probably do the best.
I would hope so.
No, sorry. I've forgotten Vagina Candle herself. Gwyneth Paltrow is also somebody I just don't understand. She just looks just sad in all of her roles. That's it. It's sad
funny,
face.
It's funny you say that, because in that pause I thought, she's really good at looking sad.
That's pretty much all she does. She doesn't do happy. I don't think I've ever seen her laugh.
Shakespeare in Love? She
Even
smiles in that.
Does she?
Yeah, when she's actually acting, when she gets to be with Shakespeare and they're happy, there was a certain sort of loveliness. I mean, I think that film's quite lovely. I like Shakespeare in Love.
That's a good film.
But, yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And she sort of has gone more into this gloop, vagina candle, all that stuff. Which, that's what you want to do, go for it. I liked her when she did stuff like Talented Mr. Ripley,
right.
Seven,
of course,
Shakespeare in Love. There was this period where she was sort of the golden girl of Hollywood, and I thought she could actually act, she could deliver. But now she's more of a personality.
Fat Suit in Shallow Hal?
I mean, I don't think I've seen that, or if I have, I've forgotten it. So, I'm not saying all the films. But she was a massive star in the 90s.
She was a proper... there was sliding doors.
She was sort of the Grace Kelly... Some people will say that's stupid. She was this very elegant... Had this sort of Audrey Hepburn quality, like the very elegant, delicate feminine lady type. I don't know what I'm trying to say really, but
I know what you mean. You know, she
I
looked the
liked
part.
Yeah, but she had a certain air, and sliding doors. That's quite a funny film, I think. I quite like it.
I watched it when it came out. I haven't watched it since, so I can't really.
I imagine it's probably
much.
a bit dated now and a bit, fits into.
But I'm worried, especially being in films around that time, that maybe she was cast for her looks rather than.
Definitely partly that. Yeah, I mean, let's not lie. Yes, but partly she will have got her roles because she looks a certain way. But yeah, a lot of actors. I mean, other people we've mentioned.
Of course.
Florence Pugh is brilliant. Charlize Theron is a great actor. They wouldn't be getting those specific roles if they didn't look the way they look.
No,
and to a degree, it's the same with men
Of course,
as well.
but I think they proved it with the fact that they can.
Yeah, they can really act, definitely.
I'm not sure about Gwyneth Paltrow.
You don't think she's in the same league?
No, I just don't think she can provide the goods.
I see, it's that harsh. Okay, fine. No, fair enough.
For some roles, she can just about do a decent.
Okay, yeah.
Give a decent performance, but
Yeah.
I just don't think. Yeah, Meryl Streep would probably be the only one that somebody would walk out of this particular. I'm going to go with Wes Anderson because I can just see that being the worst possible costume drama ever. Where people just talk like this all the time.
Well, some of his films are set in the past. They're sort of costume drama-y, I guess, like the.
But I'm talking.
Oh, you mean a proper traditional one?
Yeah.
I think.
Like even Keanu Reeves' performance in Bram Stoker's Dracula would be lauded up against this.
He was really bad in that film, wasn't
I love you, Keanu. You are probably one of the greatest human beings alive, but some of your performances have not been great.
That's fair enough.
So I think my final decision would be a costume drama of the 18 or so hundreds.
Yeah, directed by Wes Anderson.
Directed by Wes Anderson, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, alongside
James Gordon. Imagine James
alongside
Gordon.
he's trying for the affections of Sarah Jessica Parker.
Who? James Gordon?
Jake
Gyllenhaal. Oh, okay. He's trying to win over.
James Corden would have to be the mayor.
I can actually see that. Okay, yeah.
Vin Diesel.
I'm a fucking mayor! He's ringing a bell there. I don't know why he's ringing a bell.
Vin Diesel
I've got a fucking chain. I'm the mayor.
Vin Diesel is the head butler.
Chives. It's like Lurch, but less intelligent. Okay.
Meryl Streep is the mother of Sarah Jessica Parker, so Lady of the Manor.
Okay, fine.
They've come
I
on
think
hard
she'd be fine
times.
in that role. Okay, so who else? So what?
They've come on hard times.
Right. Yeah.
Chris Pratt is the villain of the piece.
Chris Pratt would be great because some people just have a face that looks really contemporary. I can't. That was one of the problems with him in Magnificent Seven. I was like, I don't believe you're from that time. So yeah, he'd be great. Okay.
Anna Kendrick might actually be alright in this film.
Yeah. Well, I think she's a good actress.
She would be the confused younger sister of Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
And
actually, Anna Kendrick, I think, is a rare actor in that she can play smart because she comes across smart, but smart people often can't play stupid without sort of acknowledging it to the audience and being like, oh look, I'm being stupid. Like Mark Wahlberg is really good at playing dumb. That's why he could be really funny, I think. And Joaquin Phoenix does it very well as well. But what that means is they can't do intellectual parts. I wouldn't believe them as a professor in a university. Whereas Anna Kendrick somehow, I actually think I appreciate Kendrick even more now you've slagged her off.
And I think J-Lo would have to be something within the.
Just like, what the fuck are you doing? Robin Diesel as the butler. Come on in, J-Lo. Sit your booty down and have some tea.
She can be the cook. And I know a Latin woman being the help is not really a modern thing.
No, it's colourblind casting, it's fine. That would be great. I actually would want to see that film though. I don't want to see My Batman. I want to see that film, even with Wes Anderson at the helm. I think it sounds pretty good.
Actually, I think
terrible,
it would be so bad it's fun.
Yeah.
But that has been our dream
and nightmare movies, people.
castings.
What are your dream and nightmare movies?
Please let us know what you think of our
Indeed.
ideas and thoughts. And please don't send too much hate.
Or if you do, you've got better things to do with your time than tell us
or
how
if you
rubbish we
do,
are.
send your hate to James Corden.
Yeah.
Because he needs it.
He needs it bad.
Thank you all, and we'll speak to you soon.
Farewell.
Goodbye.